There have been so many comments, so many people try to expose me, call me out, um, challenge kind of my integrity, really, pull holes in who I am as a football fan over the past 12 months. Am I an Arsenal fan? Is a question I must get posed to me 4 or 5 times a day, minimum, in sort of DMs, hundreds of times a day in comments, whenever there is a need to speak about Arsenal. And of course, over the past 5 years, there's been an abundance of a need to speak about Arsenal. Of course, hit the like button before we go any further, people. Please do that for the terrace. Subscribe, turn on bell notifications, and please follow our TikTok account as well. Scan the QR code on the screen. They were poor for a long time. So there was a need to criticize, call out, and demand that the club be run better for these fans. Something I've always stood by is these clubs that are owned now predominantly by international billionaires take care of the working class roots of the club, i.e. the fans and all the businesses surrounding it. It's something I'm passionate about and care about. In the last 12 or so months, Arsenal have improved massively, so therefore I praise them. But as I say, on a day-to-day basis, I get hundreds of comments saying that I'm a diehard Arsenal fan, I must be a secret undercover fan, I'm pretending to be a United fan, this can't be real. You talk so much about Arsenal, you have to be a fan. Saying it's embarrassing that I defend Arsenal and don't admit that really and truly I'm an Arsenal supporter. And this, as I say, from my point of view, does it take its toll on me? No. Let's be really honest. Am I an Arsenal fan? Absolutely not. All I know this to be is it demonstrates everything I say about the hatred people have towards Arsenal is true. Now, I think we do this a lot in life. We go through life often seeing the world through our own lens. Everybody will act like I behave. People will see things how I see things or how I view the world. Or, my club's everyone hates my football club, or everybody hates this thing I do, or everybody hates everything about me. We very rarely take any time to stand in other people's shoes. And this job that's kind of been created because of you guys really on the terrace is giving me an opportunity to stand in the shoes of other football fans. I talk to and have done over the past 5 to 6 years. I wouldn't want to put a number on it, but if I was to say 3,000 individual fans of multiple clubs, I'm probably being overly conservative with that number. It's thousands of people. So I start to view football a little differently because everybody has helped you educate and shape my view. I praise Arsenal because they deserve to be praised. You hating that only tells me that you have a deep lying disdain, hatred, fear, problem with Arsenal and or me. Some people just might have a particular issue with me personally, an opinion I have or the way I come across, where my face looks. Some people say I've got a punchable face. Maybe I do. It's up to you. Come try it. It's up to you. You can make that decision. But my point of view is very much, no, I'm not an Arsenal. Not my point of view. My point of view is that. Am I an Arsenal fan? Absolutely not. Do I respect Arsenal as an institution? Yes, the same as I do Liverpool. The same as I do with what Chelsea have done, with Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Barcelona. I respect the institutions. As a football club, I want Arsenal to fail. I want Arsenal not to work out. However, I don't want billionaire owners ripping off working class people because on a moral standpoint, I fight against that. Probably more so because my club has been treated that way. And my stance has always been, be careful what you laugh at and be careful of inviting the wolf inside. Just because in the beginning, the wolf is taking out your opponents or things you don't like. Because when that wolf run out of food and all that food is your opponents, they're going to turn on you. Now, that's a really bad analogy now I've said it out loud. In my head, it made more sense. But you get the point I'm making. At some point, if you're like, oh, I don't mind bad owners smashing all these clubs up, it makes it better for me. At some point, that will be your club. So I've always stood for that. I'll always call out quality teams, and I'll always slag off, criticize poor teams. I've never, though, received this level of backlash through supporting or being nice about another team. When I say supporting, being supportive of another team or speaking nicely about another club. When, for instance, 2 to 3 years ago, I was talking about how much Chelsea put fear in me, how the way Chelsea are growing, how the way Chelsea could become a great side. This was just after the back of winning Champions Leagues and starting to look dangerous. When I was saying this, nobody said I was a secret Chelsea fan, really. A handful of comments, but nothing major ever came out. When this was said, after me praising Liverpool for winning their first league title by Stroh, nobody was calling me a secret Liverpool fan.
Champions of England. First time in your life?
Yeah, first time in my life.
How does that feel?
You know what? It's surreal. Like, obviously, I went through the 08-09, went through the 13-14 heartbreak with the Gerrard slip, and then it fell apart at Palace. And then last year, when we lose the title by 1 point, it's just like, am I ever going to see it? And when my daughter was born, my dad looked at me and was like, nah, she'll be your good luck, win the Champions League, and then this. And you can tell, like, I'm emotional. Like, I've just literally just got off the phone with my dad not too long ago because it's unfortunate I can't be with him to celebrate because obviously he's on lockdown with my mother due to the health and stuff like that. But
yeah,
man, like I've waited my entire life for this, and it feels unbelievable. And listen, salute to yourself as always, because you're probably one of the most honest football fans that you'll come across. Like, you're not bitter, you just say it how it is, and listen, you just call it straight down the middle. And obviously I know that tonight you wanted City to win for your Champions League hopes, and to be honest, I want United back in the Champions League. I'm similar to you.
So I'll stop Stroh there. Big up Stroh. Hope he's good. Hope he's well. So when I was saying well done to Liverpool with no bitterness, I wasn't being called a secret Liverpool fan. It's just how I am. Some Man United fans hate it, and I can understand that. They just want to see me be horrible to rivals all the time. And I get it. If that's your bag, that's what you enjoy, go and consume content of somebody that does that. But for me, I'm getting to a point with this, are you an Arsenal fan stuff? And I'm thinking, this is just the hatred Arsenal get for becoming a good team again. It's really like nothing I've ever seen before. But any Man United fan watching, gear yourself up, because if we ever become a good team, again, a proper good team again, I think it's going to be even worse. I've been praising Ange Postecoglou. I've been praising Tottenham. They've deserved it. They have deserved the praise. Sam said on my show yesterday that the Spurs PR is getting out of control. And I kind of called him out a little bit. I felt like he's been a little bit bitter. Maybe some fans getting a bit over the top. I'm saying keep your powder dry. But I thought, generally speaking, Sam was bitter because of that defeat a couple of weeks ago. And then I read this. This isn't just a headline news. This is top headline back page on the Mail, the biggest article on their website today. Now, I'm not an avid reader of the Mail. I will read a story if it's trending because I want to understand why it's trending. I want to get the inside information. But they must have a readership of millions of people per day, both the paperback, the actual paper itself, the paperback, and on the website. Was close to Ange Postecoglou and saw a side of the Spurs boss many don't know. This is why I tipped him to become the next Sir Alex Ferguson. I thought that was a little bit of the headline being sensational, but you read the article and it says just over 2 years ago, one of the Celtic draft mates contacted me to find out who the hell the Aussie bloke Ange Postecoglou was. My answer was simple. He might be the next Sir Alex Ferguson. Now, look, this is a guy who stated this to friends before he was Tottenham manager. I'll give you that. But now after a good start at Spurs, this flame is being fanned. I can't even get my words out because I'm actually angry about this. And this is not about putting Tottenham down. Before certain Tottenham fans who don't like me online come for me, I'm always saying nasty things about our club. No, I'm not saying nothing nasty about Tottenham. I'm defending the greatest manager of all time. In my personal opinion, there is absolutely nothing so far, barring winning the Scottish League, in an era where it's easier than ever to win the Scottish League if you're a Celtic or a Rangers manager because the rest are absolutely tosh. There is nothing about this manager in any way, any shape or any form that suggests he's Sir Alex Ferguson. He might have some mannerisms. He might have some characteristics that are similar. That's fine. But Sir Alex, when he became the Man United manager, had not only taken the stranglehold away of dominance in Scotland from Celtic and Rangers, which had barely been done before and has not been done again since in, what, 40 years? 40 years. No one's done it since, okay? Not only that, he created one of the best teams in Europe out of that Aberdeen side. So not only did he take the stranglehold away from Celtic and Rangers, he also become a powerhouse with that Aberdeen team in Europe. Beating, by the way, Real Madrid in a European Cup final. And I mean this with, I want to say this with absolute honesty. Do not put these comparisons up. It is the equivalence of a young singer having a very good first single and being a decent dancer and saying, do you know what? It's a new Michael Jackson. It's ridiculous. You don't do it. You can't do it. And honestly, this is what I'm saying, right? If this is going to be endorsed by Spurs fans at large, by football at large, he is the next Fergie, then the expectations on Tottenham's season have to improve. They can't just be our top four is good enough. If you've got the new Fergie, you've got to be challenging, and very quickly indeed. But as I say, I don't want to have a pop at Spurs. I'm just flabbergasted. I've never seen this done before in my life. I've seen it. Let me rephrase. Let me go deeper on that. I've seen it done when managers have come in, like Jose, who have dominated their league and won European trophies with that team, like Porto. The comparison makes sense. I have never seen it with a manager who hasn't won a major trophy in a major league or even had a phenomenal run in a big European competition. Never seen it happen. And characteristics, do they count? Maybe. Maybe I'm being salty. Maybe I'm protecting my manager too much. But for me personally, this is a damn joke. Hit the like and share button, people. Let me know what you think. Postecoglou, the new Fergie.